places that I think is worthwhile visiting. Yeah, but here. Okay. Now the first thing on the list I have Kings Park. That's 399.9 hectares. World's largest inner city park. Bigger than Hyde Park. And bigger than Central Park in New York. Only with about half an hectare. Just slightly bigger, but bigger. Every time when I get a visitor, come to Perth, I take them to Kings Park, and there's so much to see there. There's parks. In summer, people get married there outside, have picnics. And the nice things with Kings Park is it's very easy accessible. Okay, let's see what we have. Look what we have here, guys. Now in Sweden, you would call this kokosbolla, and this is absolutely my favorite. Yeah. So I just keep on talking about the different places to go here in Perth. Park is that? It's largely bushland. Bushland meaning that it's just a little part of it is sort of used for. Also, there's a big war memorial there in the Kings Park. Beautiful. What you can do in Kings Park, you can drive around, and next to the roads there are gum trees, and the trees have a plaque to fallen soldiers. First World War, Second World War, and sometimes when I'm there, I read the plaques, and many of them are just young guys. There was one time I was reading the plaques, and it looked like it was a fighter plane that had gone down in Europe, like a bomber plane. So, everybody in the plane was 10 people. Was kind of the plaques was next to each other. And then also you have outdoor cinema and recreation. Yeah. So Kings Park is a good place to visit. Swan River Cruise. Perth is gonna have a river going through it, and you can take cruises from Perth going up the river. And when my parents was here, we took the cruise, and then it stopped at different wineries, and at each winery you was tasting a little bit wine, And it was a little bit quiet, the boat, when it was going up, but when it was coming back to Perth, everybody was singing karaoke, even the staff there. So it's called Captain Cook Cruises. I like it. It's good. It was good. And then number 3, beaches. If you like beaches, you will love it here. I had my niece coming over a few years ago, and we asked him, "What would you like to do?" "I want to go to the beach." So Kathy and I was thinking, when did we go to the beach last time? Oh, it was 3 years ago. We went to the beach, but here you have all kind of beaches. You are having like a dog beach where you take your dogs. Then of course you have like surfing, and then you have one beach, if you feel a little bit brave, it's called Swanbourne. That's a nudist beach. I just been walking through there a couple of times, and the funny thing is, next to a nudist beach, on the shore, there's the SIS, is the Australian elite army. They sort of have their barracks there, and it's next to this beach. I will tell you a little story about it. Yeah, I visited the nude beach, but I was just walking. I didn't lay down there, and I was told that the special forces is next to the beach, and there's no gate or fence. I started to walk over there just on the beach, and then suddenly there's this big attack helicopter coming. Shoom. I'm not kidding. From nowhere, this attack helicopter came up and then went straight over my head. You know, one of those that are full with guns and everything. And I looked at it and said, "Oh, maybe I should walk back." So I just walked back. But you know, maybe they just had an exercise there. I think the longest beach here is 900 kilometers straight. And this beautiful sand. The only thing you don't have here are palms on the beach. But when you go to the beach, you will have like this kind of flags on the beach. It's 2 flags on 2 high poles. You need to swim between the flags, because this is a safe place to swim. If you swim further away, there can be a current, and the current can be very treacherous, because sometimes it can pull out the swimmers, and the lifeguards have got to go out and pick them up and take them back to shore. Also, like if you think this is the beach, when there's currents, they can be coming like sandbanks. Now we say this is a sandbank. So when you go into water, you just need to walk. Never dive in, because you could suddenly just dive into a sandbank, and you would never think there would be a sandbank there, but that's how, this kind of neck injuries unfortunately happens. And yeah, but if you swim there where there's designated flags between it, you should be okay. These are beautiful. Okay. Number 4 on my list. Perth Mint. Perth Mint is really special because they, for well over 100 years, they have a big minting gold coins and different things, and you can actually buy gold or silver, and Perth Mint will store it for you safely, and you can do it online. Like if you live overseas, you can log into their website, but you have to see that it's the right website and not one of those bogus ones. But yeah, I went there a little while ago, like last year, and they was having the biggest gold coin in the world. It was huge, and it weighed 1,000 kilos, and there was not much security around it. It was a huge coin there in the middle, and it was kind of a podium, and I had to ask staff, like, you are the biggest gold coin in the world here, and it's just open like this. Aren't you afraid that somebody come and steal the coin? Well, the staff told me that yeah, it's a possibility, but we would be really worried if somebody could lift 1,000 kilos and carry it out. So, because it's so heavy, there is not that much security. But they sort of have nice tours, and this is inside the city, so it's kind of really nice. Straight down, you walk about maybe a kilometer or less, you come to the bell tower. And bell tower was a thing that was kind of built about 15 years ago, and it was to make Perth City a little bit more interesting, because the locals was just thinking this is just so boring city. We need to make it more interesting. It's sort of like it's built like of glass, up like a triangle shapes, and inside the bell tower there's bells, and some of the bells they have is apparently from a church in England. So when Captain Cook came on the Voyager back into England, they was ringing these bells, and so if this knife is the bell tower here, the bell's really high here. So I was visiting the bell tower when it was ringing it, and I'm here. So the whole bell tower is swaying, go from one side to another. It's actually quite interesting. Beautiful. Sixth on my list, I have Fremantle. Now, Fremantle is really interesting. It's an old port town, and it has colorful history. Like, it was built by convicts that was taken here to Australia. In Second World War, it was the Allies was having their submarines there for maintenance, getting new propellers, getting new and something. And they was using it very, very late into the late 80s as a prison. And they used to even hang people there. I think the last one was in 1960s. A few years ago they discovered secret tunnels underneath the prison, and it went all the way underneath Fremantle, and nobody could understand like how these tunnels had been coming underneath. And when they then looked into all the records, it was just found that it was the convicts that was building it for fresh water. So when my brother was here with his friend, I sent them down in the tunnels. And there's water inside the tunnels, so you use a canoe to go underneath. I haven't been there yet. Maybe one day. In Fremantle, you have the Australian yacht that won the America's Cup too. But one place that is really interesting is Rottnest. The Dutch explorers that came here first, they went there and they look at the animals like more small marsupials. They are like mini kangaroos, if you could say it like that. And they went on the island and they couldn't understand what it was. So they call it rat's nests. So rot nests. So they thought there was like big rats. A few years ago, when Roger Federer was here, the famous tennis player, he went to Rottnest and he took a selfie with one of the corkers, and they became really famous. You know, post, and there was many tourists coming. So yeah, that's Rottnest, and Rottnest was also like it was also used like a penal colony, you know, like Western Australia, yeah. Perth is a little bit like, it has the donut effect. But you say like about 2.2 million people. Daytime people come into the city, fill up the city center. In the evening they go out. So the city is like a donut. It's a hole, and there's not much people at night there. Like Sydney or Melbourne, they sort of have established city living. But Perth is not there yet, but eventually. And okay, the next one I have on my list are sort of a little bit away from Perth, and you can use a sort of a tour bus. Would probably be the best way to visit, because you can relax in the bus and instead of just trying to drive all the way. And one place is called Wave Rock. Wave Rock is, I've been there twice. It's sort of like a big wave that is 50 meters high and 100 meters wide, and it's for millions of years it was kind of like lava that was coming out from the ground, then the sand was kind of then shaping it so becoming like a wave, and people take pictures like they're surfing on top of it, and yeah, it's a day tour, but you know it's the whole day we'll go there, but it's interesting, quite far away down south. Then I have one thing. Now we go north, and we have one place called Pinnacles. Pinnacles is, how would I describe it? It's sort of a calcified forest. To my understanding, it was a forest that then got sort of like calcified, and it got like it's sort of pinnacles that are standing up in the desert, and there are thousands of them. They're big. Now we go a little bit more higher up. We go to a place called Monkey Maya, and Monkey Maya is a place where you have dolphins swimming in. It's wild dolphins come in from the sea. And the first time when I was there in the early 1990s, like you could pat the dolphins and you could feed them fish, but now the only people that can kind of touch the animals are the rangers, because small kids would put the finger into their breathing, you know, a hole that they have up here, and I think it's time for a little top up here. I think I can squeeze in one more, then I say stop, because these are I really like them. They're really rich. Yeah. Okay, let's see, what do I have on the list here? But that was sort of my 10 different points. If you come to Perth or somewhere else in Australia and you see a sign, don't swim, it means don't swim, especially if you go up north, because you have these places that has crocodiles, and there's always somebody, could be a local too, but many times there's a tourist that feels a little bit hot. They go and swim, and in the crocodile waters, and that was the last swim they did. I think it was from the 10 deadliest animals in the world, six of them lives in Australia. When you go and swim, if you see a little octopus that is gonna round like this and it's blue color, stay away. It's called blue ring octopus. It has a venom that will paralyze the body, and you can't swim, and it's gonna be very deadly. And I love this one. I live sort of in the inner city in Perth. We don't have snakes here. There's a little swamp and a lake about 5 kilometers around here, away from here, called Herdsman. Once I was swimming there. No, not swimming. I was bicycling there in the spring, and I was bicycling over a group of snakes that was waking up. And so I cycled away really quickly, and I can tell you that was the last time. It was the last time I went cycling there. Other thing is that if you come here for a visit, you will go to the countryside. You will go outside and so on, and you will find an outdoor toilet called Danny, or it's also called Thunderbox. Well, if you're male or female, there's one thing you have to do. Before you sit down on the toilet seat, you have to lift it up. There's a reason for it. Because underneath there can be a spider called redback, and it's a female spider, and it's always in a bad mood. So if there's so if you're a guy listening, you sit down there, and the female spider come and bite you in something very sensitive place. You have to go to the hospital really quickly to get help. So, but so always look out for spiders. In the eastern states, they have one called funnel web. It's gonna make a funnel, and that's how it traps flies. But this can also be very dangerous for kids. Kids can get really sick if they bite a kid. And so, just for your information, that the Australian redback spider, the female, will eat up the male after mating, because the male doesn't serve any useful purpose any longer. So look out, guys. The women can be dangerous here. A joke. I get it. There's one other thing I done that is a little bit exclusive, but is a highly unique experience, and that is that you can go swimming with the dolphins. If you go back down from Perth to Rockingham, they have tours where they take out you with a boat, and you go snorkeling, and dolphins come and swim around you. I did it once. I was looking down the water, and it was a dolphin doing circles around underneath me like this. Hello, hiya. Like belly up, flapping like this, saying hi. I think that's the moment I felt I've ever been the closest to the nature. You know, the dolphin saying Yes, if you can go on this dolphin tourist, you can find it. You can just Google Rockingham Perth dolphins, and when it comes up, I need to take one more. The thing with these ones are that once you start to eat it, you can eat the whole package. What else? If you want, you can swim with the sharks too. That's in a tank, in an aquarium. So yeah, they feed the sharks before you go in there. So there's a little bit of everything here. The traffic goes on the left side of the road, and summer can be quite hot there. It can be like 43 degrees Celsius. That's I don't know what's Fahrenheit, maybe 110, 120 Fahrenheit. And yeah, drink plenty of water. The last thing I would like to tell you that we will not see Australia in 1 week. It's probably better to look at one place, in my view, a little bit longer than try to jump from place to place, because example, for me in Perth is closer to fly to Bali, Indonesia, than to fly to Sydney or on the east coast. But like with the jet plane, it's like 5.5 hours non-stop. I mean, the distance is huge. I once took a train from Perth to Melbourne. It had a 6-hour stopover in Adelaide. Guess how long it took? 3.5 days. so for nowadays, I just mainly fly here. So that was my kind of list of 10 things you can do here. I will put like a list in this description here, and if you like this kind of videos, I can make some similar one. As usual, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting the channel. Keep well, and let's catch up